When we talk about dreams and aspirations, this refers to a person's hopes, desires, and ambitions for the future, essentially encompassing their vision for the life they want to live, often acting as a driving force to achieve goals. First key thing to note is that as a believer, your dreams and aspirations must be born out of God's will for your life, which can only be known through prayers and seeking God's face and His heart for you. Dreams and aspirations are the big picture, while goals are like the step-by-step ladder or stairs you climb to get there. Imagine you're aspiring to get to the top of a skyscraper and you're not making an effort to climb. Most time when it comes to dreams and aspirations, there are usually no elevators at the beginning. You need to make use of the stairs or the ladder, step by step, precept upon precept, just as the scripture says. Sometimes you have the opportunity to meet an elevator on the way, but you have to make an effort to climb at the beginning. Psalms chapter 119, verse 105 says, "Your word is a lamp unto my feet and a light to my path." Yes, you know your purpose. You have aspirations. There is prophecy over your life about who God has called you to be. You've heard it, you've prayed about it, and you know. But there must be a light to your path as you move and take steps by steps. Yes, you can have many goals, but there is power in one thing. Zoom in on one thing per time. Pick the goals one by one per period or season and focus on that one thing to achieve it before moving on to the next. There is power in one thing. Do not have too much to do and achieve at a time. You can get confused or worn out that you start many things and not finish it, or you don't get the best out of what you're doing. You don't get the best results. Zoom in on one per time. Focus your spirit on it and your energy on it, no matter how small it seems. Do not despise the little beginning, and remember, it is step by step, precept upon precept. And my last note is this: which is the most important? Let God be the master and the driver of your life. Your dreams, your ambitions, and your purpose depends on Him every step along the way. Because there is no life without Him. There is no purpose without Him. There is no ambition without Him. You can do nothing without Him. You can't be nothing without Him. Whatever you do and is not in line with God's purpose, I'm telling you, it's like a waste of time. So when we talk about purpose, we talk about dreams, we talk about aspiration, it must be in line with God's purpose. In fact, before you are sure of your purpose, before you are sure of whatever you need to do, it must be that which God has laid in your heart. You must have prayed, you must have learned it, and know by the Spirit that this is what God is asking me to do. Yes, dreams are valid. Aspirations are valid. And I want to even tell you that a lot of times, the dreams that God lays in our hearts right from our childhood, the dreams and aspirations, those things that we dream to be, those things that we aspire to be right from the beginning of our lives, even as a child, a lot of times pay attention to them. Because most time, those are some of the things God has set your life in order to do. Those are the things God has laid in path for you to do. Most of the time, that is like God breathing that which He wants you to do for Him right from the start of your life. I remember growing up, those things that will just come to my mind, that will come to my spirit, and I will, that I take as dreams, and I will dream myself into it. I'll start looking into it, seeing myself becoming this, seeing myself becoming that, right from childhood, maybe barely like 6, 7, 8, 9, and I will start thinking about it, pondering over it. right now, I could see them happening in front of my face. I could see them happening live and direct, but not without God's help. I couldn't understand it then. I didn't have enough understanding then. But now, getting closer to God, seeking His face, learning His ways, letting Him direct my life, giving me instructions and yielding to Him, I see those things play out and happening right now. So most time, some of those dreams that we had, some of the aspirations we had growing up, pay attention to them. Don't throw them away, but make sure you lay them in line with God's will. Let it be. Make sure you are sensitive. Make sure you have a life of prayer, a life seeking God's face, and you are sensitive to whatever God has to say to you. You are ready to yield per time, because sometimes your life's journey will not look like what you've thought it will be, but God, the all-wise one, will lead you in some path, in paths and directions that doesn't look like what you expect it to be, but you don't know. That's why His word is a light unto a path. You don't know what path and what direction and where you're supposed to go, the things you're supposed to do to achieve that which He has set you to achieve. So be flexible enough, be sensitive enough to be able to yield at every point in time when God is speaking to you, so that you will not miss it and think that this is not what I'm supposed to do. But God is actually leading you through the path that you were supposed to take. Sometimes you've even heard prophecies over your life. You've had directions. You know what God has spoken to you, and you're like, no, I know what I'm supposed to do, but you think that it's supposed to take a particular form or a particular direction, but God is saying, go this way. And we are stubborn, saying that, but this is what you said. This is what I think I should do. No, we need to be responsive. We need to have faith and believe and trust God enough to be able to go the path He's leading us, because you don't know. We only know in path. We don't know how the whole thing is going to look like. So trust God enough. This word says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding, and in all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will surely direct your path. This is Eden Coaching and Counseling Home, living life as ordained. God bless you.